Tonight's welterweight unification bout in Las Vegas is boxing's biggest showdown in a decade. A generational fight 5 years in the making between Errol Spence Jr., the WBA, IBF, and WBC champ, and Terrence Crawford, the WBO title holder. A combined 67-0 with 52 knockouts, the winner arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. But outside the ring, both of these warriors cut against the stereotype of brash brawlers, something I saw firsthand spending a day with Errol Spence Jr. in Texas.
So how much property do you have now here?
I have 65 acres, and I'm looking to purchase the property behind me, which is 200 acres.
It's about as far from a boxing ring as a fighter can get.
How many horses do you have now?
I have 8 horses.
But these open fields are where welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. now finds his strength.
I have no prior history of horses, cows, land, but I just knew I wanted something different. I wanted something more peaceful.
It is exactly what Spence Jr. says he was looking for and needed when he moved to this ranch a little over 3 years ago. Just 30 minutes from where he trains in Dallas, it was a change in lifestyle sparked by a 2019 car crash he knows he's lucky to have survived.
Watching that video of the car flipping over, when you've seen that now, what goes through your mind?
I mean, it had to be either God or just one of my time.
The early morning rollover accident came just 1 month after Spence Jr. had won his second welterweight title. He was left with serious but non-life-threatening injuries.
When you look at that car crash and me getting thrown from the car, you would think, either that person, he's deceased or he's paralyzed or got permanent brain damage. So for me to be in this position and still boxing and doing what I love, I'm forever just, grateful.
That crash resulted in a DWI for you also. What did you learn from that moment?
Definitely make better decisions. Before that moment, being a young adult, a lot of money, top of the boxing world.
Yeah.
You think you're basically, been so nothing bad can happen. I'm just grateful nobody was on that road. It was just me in the car.
It would take Spence Jr. more than a year to work his way back to the ring. Then a detached retina would sideline him again. But nearly 4 years after regaining perspective, as he calls it, and with a third title to his name, Spence Jr. is on the cusp of the kind of fight that brought him to the sport in the first place. A return to when the best fight the best. In this case, a matchup with the world's other top undefeated welterweight boxer, Terrence Crawford.
I've been preparing my whole life for this moment.
In a 4-belt unification fight.
Undefeated, undisputed, unprecedented.
This is a dream come true. This is something that I used to watch as a kid. Legendary nights with Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler, Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. And now I'm in that position where I can be one of those greats and be remembered 30, 40 years from now.
Errol Spence Jr. fell in love with boxing as a kid, watching alongside his dad, Errol Spence Sr., who would soon turn that love into something more.
At first, it really wasn't a choice because my dad kind of forced. He
said, "This is for you."
He said, "This is what you're doing."
Yeah.
And I actually went to the gym with a lot of my friends, and then once they quit boxing, I wanted to quit boxing and just follow them. And my dad told me, no, you're not going to be a follower. And that's the whole reason I got you into boxing, so you won't become a follower. I just stuck with it because I probably was scared of him. Stuck with it, and I fell in love with it after a while, just doing it over and over and seeing the progression and how better I was getting.
With him every step of the way, his family, his mom, sisters, and of course, his dad.
Most guys don't have their father with them, or they have the story that, their father was never involved or try to get involved once they become world champion and they start making money. So it's dope that my dad been with me from the start. I call my dad actually my shadow because, he don't say really too much, he don't really say anything, but he's always behind me.
Spence Jr. is now also a dad, the father of 2 daughters and a son.
You've said having children changed your life.
Oh, yeah. I take care of myself, so I'm able to take care of them and just loving them. And that's why I have training camps at home, so I can spend more time with them. And they have actual memories of me and not just people telling them what happened, and they'll just know.
And if they ever wanted to follow in his footsteps?
I want them to learn how to box,
Right.
to take it up as a profession. I feel like this is what I'm working for, is for them to decide and do whatever they want to do. And hopefully, my oldest, Ivy, said she wants to be a doctor. And my middle child, Vada, said she wants to be a veterinarian. So, hopefully they take on that role instead of, getting punched in the head for a living.
And Spence continues to go on the attack.
Or more accurately, doing the punching. Soft-spoken outside the ring.
Nice left uppercut, right hand to the body.
Once Spence Jr. steps in it, the self-proclaimed big fish bears more resemblance to the king of the jungle.
And there he drops Lamont Peterson in round 5 with a left hook.
Where then does that motivation to be the brash fighter that you are, where does that come from?
I say just like a lion, playing with his cubs, playing with his pride, his family. When it's time to hunt, it's time to hunt. So it's just a switch pop off. Like I told somebody, I say, me and Terrence Crawford can be in the same locker room. We be playing dominoes, cards, chopping up, talking right before the fight, get our gloves put on together. And then as soon as we walk to the ring, the light switch goes on, and then, it's basically, destroy or be destroyed.